So everyone wants to get better clients, land better projects, and be seen as a real designer. But most portfolios I see are either a Google Drive or a Behance portfolio. There is no harm in having a Behance portfolio, but honestly, high paying clients will not look at your Behance portfolio. And in fact, that can also be against you because on Behance, there are other designers as well. So you can be a part of that competition. But if you want to stand out, you will need a portfolio website. And that is something I recommend each and everyone who asks me that they don't get clients, because your work is sitting in that Google Drive folder, which frankly no one opens. And it makes sense because when we are hiring designers in my own company, I do not even entertain any application that has their portfolio in a Google Drive. I seriously just reject it. I don't even open the Google Drive. Sometimes I do try to open it because their resume is still better. But then when I try to open it, I have to download the file to view their portfolio. And I will never do that. So please stop putting your portfolio in drives, in Behance. Behance is still fine to have a presence there, but that should not be your lead generation, your lead magnet for actual real client work. If that is you, don't worry at all, because that was me too. I mean, I still have my older projects on Behance, and I still have a Google Drive which I used to send to clients, which frankly did not get me any work. But what I'm trying to say is that we need to start now creating a professional portfolio website. If you have not done it, don't worry, you have come to the right video. And if you have done it, please stick around, because I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how to create a very, very high quality professional portfolio website or any other website you want using this tool called Readdy AI. Okay, now before I open anything, here is the plan and here are the 3 things that we are going to do. A homepage that positions me clearly, what I do, who I am, what projects I have worked on, and just giving basic information and very, very important information about me, because your homepage is sort of your first impression, because that's the first thing they're going to see. So that should be perfect. Second, a project section with well explained case studies. I have some case studies downloaded. I have taken some sample work so I can show you how to add those case studies. And while I go through the process and while I show you how I do it, I'm going to actually talk about some common mistakes which I see in a lot of design portfolios and why do they get rejected. Third is the contact section, which is the most important thing, because that's where the client will actually contact you. Super easy, super simple, one CTA, no bunch of stuff, no complex things, just super simple and super direct. Okay, now it's time and get ready to work on Readdy AI. Okay, so we'll go on Google and we'll type Readdy AI. Just make sure that Readdy is with this double D and click on the first link you see there, or it might even directly open up. Now you have to just log in with your Google account, so all your data is saved. I've already logged in, so you can see my profile right here, and I've already created a page where I'm going to be creating a graphic design portfolio, a fake portfolio. I'm not going to publish this, or maybe I will, I don't know. So simple, right here you see Readdy written here. You have a desktop version, or you can create a mobile version also. Creating a mobile version also really makes a lot of sense, because a lot of people view websites and links on the phone. So, but we would go with a desktop version, and here I will put in this prompt. Create a personal portfolio website for a graphic designer named Anik Jain, which is me. Include a homepage with a headline, about section, project highlights, and a contact form. I've told it what is this website going to be about, who is it going to be about, and what to include. Homepage with headline, about section, project highlights, and contact form. So you can put this simple prompt. If you have any images, any references you want to put, any images you already want to add, you can put it. But I think for now, I will leave it like that. I can always add on to it later. Okay. And then I'm going to click on send. This will now think through it. It will generate an entire skeleton of how your website should ideally look like. And see, as I'm saying, this is already being created. So everything has a precise section. For example, the header, which will have a clean minimal navigation bar with the logo of Anik Jain on the left. Obviously, it's going to create a very basic logo, something which is super basic. I think it'll just create a name right there, but it'll show you that that's where you can place your logo. And just like that, hero section, I'm not going to go in every single one of them, but it understood that I am a graphic designer. It understood that this project is for me to show clients. And that is why in the about section, you will see design softwares, which I'm good at. There's a downloading of a CV button. Let's say if a client wants to see my professional work life, who all I've worked with, so they can directly do that on the website. There's even a CTA to view the work. Just like that, it is fully custom made for me because of the prompt which I put. And if there is any changes you want to put, let's say if you want to change some things, you don't want your social links to be there, you want to keep it a bit low key and private, you can just put in the prompt that remove the social links from the contact section, and it will do that for you. And with that, we will give it a go ahead and we'll click on generate. This is just a loading screen which has come to show you how to edit, how to create a second page, how to collect data and directly publish. We know we are not gonna go into this, and this just shows while Readdy AI is doing its magic in the background, and as you can see, it's already coming along. So for now, I'm just gonna click on cross, and I'll wait for it to be ready. Here it is showing almost ready, so let's wait for it. All right, with that, with all the confetti, our website is ready. And as you can see here, this is, I would say, without any editing, with just 2 simple lines, it created a website which is like far more better than many websites and portfolio work that I've already seen. Of course, this has a lot of work yet to be done. So one thing I like about this entire interface is that you have your entire data and your editing page. For example, if you want to tell it to change the background image, work on some tools, so you can do that right here. You can use the selector for a better accuracy. For example, if I use the selector and if I select this page and then if I tell it to change the image, it will change the image on that selector itself. So of course, for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this select. I'm going to select the image and change image to design studio. I want to show and have a design studio in the background. All right. Oh wow. So it created a design studio which looks very professional. Here I have my name. Here you can also edit the logo, change the logo. There is a CTA of view my work, and here is about me. I'm a passionate designer with over 8 years of experience. So this is a little bit about me. I don't know who this guy is, but they have AI generated him, and pretty good job at that. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be replacing him with my image, and I need to find my image. So in fact, let me just click a picture right now. All right. So I have just clicked a picture of me right now. I'm going to airdrop it to my device. Here it is. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on selector, select this, go to image and upload the image which I want it to be. Now the good part is that you can either replace this image directly, which I actually like because there's a nice background light going on, looks aesthetic, you can see my face clearly. It's actually a good image. I can directly do that, or I can also select remove background, but I think the lighting is pretty nice, so I'm just going to replace that image with my image. And one thing which I've noticed this AI tool does is that it creates different versions. So with every edit right here, it will create all the other versions. So you can see how it was before and how it is now. And then if you don't want it, you can also go back to it. So this is my image. I think it's super clear, super nice. And look at this: Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, Adobe XD, Figma. I did not give it that what tools I use. It recognized that what a graphic designer uses, and it put that, I don't know how it also put brand identity skills at 95% and illustration at 80%. This is so accurate. Okay. Anyways, so this is how it's gonna be. Then right here we have my projects. In this, you can see a nice hover animation. In fact, one more interesting thing I can show you. Usually when you're making websites like this, you have a developer who can make minute animations and changes. You can do that with simple text prompts. So as I told you, on the right side we have the editor section. So here I'll put the prompt as make the hero section more bold and add a CTA, which is call to action, that says let's work together. That's a good and inviting way of them to go to the contact page and fill the details, because if you see in the version 3 there was only view my work right here, but with that simple text prompt I've added let's work together, and this button will directly take them to the contact page where they can actually fill in their details, and I will get their details and then I can contact them, or they can directly contact me. So that is what I've done here. And then here what you can do is you can upload all your projects right here. One thing I like about this is already has these hover animations, so you can directly hover on them. And you can also upload your entire PDF. So for example, right here I have my projects. Let's say this is one of the projects we had worked with at Designer. I can directly take this entire PDF and maybe I can take a screenshot of this first page and add it as a thumbnail. And once people click on it, they can actually view this entire page right here, which will open a sub page. And that comes when you go to the project section. And at the bottom, you have this contact CTA, which is there, where the client can put their name, email, subject, message, and they can send you a message so that you have your details now for them. You can actually add a lot more into this. Our current website right now of Designer adds their budget, what the company does, what they're actually looking for. So I would recommend, if you're doing this, instead of just name, email, and subject, add a lot more into this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, like, I'm going to just modify my projects. I've used the selector. I'm going to go to the image, upload, go to downloads where this is, and let's say I upload this image. And I mean, you get the point, right? So just like that, you can upload all your case studies. And I had to crop my screenshot right here, but I was too lazy to do that. Please don't do that. Take your sweet time when you're creating a website, because this is going to be your first impression. You know what? Let's just add some more finesse to this website. We will add a subtle fade up animation on the headline. And one thing to keep in mind, whenever you're putting these prompts, you have to put it one at a time. I think even here it is written one task at a time, because it takes time to do that task, and you want it to happen right and not mix it up and then mess it up. So just wait for that to happen. And as you can saw, there's a subtle fade up animation over here and at the heading. That was pretty good. Let's add one more thing. We will make the CTA button pulse slowly. So it'll do that. And you see how the CTA button comes up with the website. Now let it do its magic. I really like how, yeah, look at this. look at what it's doing. It's actually like calling it to click on that, and that's what you want. That's really nice. I really like this type of an editing style, where then on the right side, this is almost like your AI developer or designer, where you just put in text prompts, and whatever you put text prompts shows and reflects here. It's all up to your imagination and how better you can create. This is so much better than your Google Drive, your Behance portfolios. And for the last and final one, I'm going to show you how to export and then publish this website. One more thing I forgot to tell you, design folks, that you can customize this website however you want. Just like how I've changed and replaced the background image with my image working on an iPad in a pool. With that, I can change the color scheme of the background to black and white. So I'll type change the theme to black and white, and it'll take some time, it'll load, and look at that. Just instantly, the entire theme of the website has turned into black and white. Now, let's say if I want to change a font or something, so I'll go to my selector, I'll select the specific area font which I want to change. I can obviously change the text by clicking on the text, or here I can go and tell it to change the font into a serif if I want that, because I want it to look much more professional. So it'll take that prompt and it'll do that. So with that, you can change about anything from fonts to colors to text to visuals and make it much more personalized to your liking. So when I'm happy with how the website is looking, there are 3 things I can do. Hit publish and publish it live on a custom domain. Easy. Number 2, export it as a production ready code, which is fully flexible. Number 3, generate it on Figma, which you can see right here. This button is there if you want to add and make some more changes on it. Okay, let me be honest, whatever I've created right here within the span of 10 minutes would have taken me weeks if I would have used some other tool which does not have this capability. And Readdy is not here to replace your job, but it is here to help you out, get more clients. Maybe if you have a product to sell, you can make it your right on this tool. And I think it's pretty amazing and it's worth checking it out. So do check it out. The link will be in the description. Let me know how it goes, and would really recommend you to start creating portfolio websites and not just limit to portfolio on a PDF or a Google Drive or even a Behance link. Behance was good. Behance and Dribble are still good. But if you really want that those high ticket paying clients, if you really want to come into the big leagues, you need your own portfolio website. And I keep on saying this, that is why you should know how important it is. So yeah, I would leave you at that, and I'll see you in the next one.